for what is the appropriate method to get them back into school and to get them to learn and to get an education. So very different approaches in Latin America and in Southern Africa. And let me also say, a friend of mine tells this story about, and you know, I'm not an anti-IMF or World Bank person, but he tells the story about IMF and World Bank. They're sort of bank-oriented, and they have a lot of influence in Latin America. And so how do you get to lend money from a bank? You promise them that you're going to invest the money. Now, in Latin America, investing, any country, investing in education is an investment that you can sell, okay? So if Latin Americans say, borrow us some money, we want to invest the money in our children's education, versus if they were to say something like, borrow us some money, we want to give it to a basic income. What do you think is going to, what is going to fly? An investment in education, because banking is about investing in something. And so you have this concept then sort of growing there about investing. And the World Bank and I have made lots of loans over the 1990s and 2000s to that part of the world. So the kind of thinking might have started with somebody saying, whoa, we really need to get our children to school. Maybe we can incentivize them to get to school. How do we incentivize them to get to school? We give their families some money to say, here's a condition. If your child goes to school, we will give you some money. But then, this is where I think we come to your argument. We need to think about the fundamentals. What is the fundamental reason for us making that determination? Why do we choose that particular pathway? And I think that's where you're coming from, saying the pathway that we've chosen is not necessarily going to lead us to the basic income we want. But then there are others like myself and other people who will say, we don't have a choice. We have to start somewhere. And unless we start somewhere, through the pilots that we're running, through a single registry, through instituting some form of poverty alleviation in our countries, we're not going to achieve anything. So that to me is the big debate that we still have to toss around as we're going through our various congresses over the next period.
Just
thank you. You can have the last word if you want.
No, but why is not so easy to jump from the Bolsa Familia to the basic income for all? If we pay to all what it is now guaranteed to all poor families,